was rarely a holiday that my mom missed. I mean, Valentine's Day, St. Patty's Day, you name it, with pride she would decorate our door. So that door wreath has to somehow reflect that I'm paying attention to it, and 'tis the season. So to begin with, I just took that straw wreath, I sprayed it with a little spray adhesive, worked all the way around it, covering it with moss. I didn't cover the back, but just all the front with moss. And I tried to vary it a little bit. Hey, I got some more yummies for you.
Perfect.
Right?
Yes.
Can I help here?
Love it, yeah. Nothing spray there, so let me spray there first.
Okay, go. And you're just going right over the doodaddy.
Exactly.
Right?
Just want to cover it all up.
I dig.
And then go get a couple other things. I'll be right back.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna keep going. Oh, I like it. I got some trees. I got little houses. I got some little mushrooms. I have some twigs here from my yard, and I've broken them off so that they look almost like, kind of twiggy trees. And to attach the trees and the kind of twigs, it's great if you can take like some kind of a screwdriver or an awl or some kind of a blunt object and drive it through the moss and in through the straw so that you have you can really dig it in there, so as your door opens and closes, it's gonna stay right where you want it to. And now these cute little houses. And to light them up, I'm gonna put one of these down first, and I'm gonna secure it right where I want it with some hot glue. A little bit of whimsy, a little bit of fun, a little bit of fall in my front door. Life is better homemade. Okay, I did it again. Hi, my name is Katie Brown. I have an obsession. I love front door wreaths. Well, I shouldn't really call them wreaths. I like front door presentations. So I took a rake. I sawed it down so it wasn't too long and too cumbersome. So I spray painted it copper, because copper is kind of glistens like the season does. It feels like fall. Copper seems like fall, but yet it seems a bit dressy. And that way it doesn't look like it just stuck any old rake up on my door. And you can take a good old one that's like seen better days, and this will give it a bit of a facelift. You want to get some like dried pussy willows or even fake ones, and maybe some fake looking berries, and I just spray painted them white. I spray painted them white because I've used them so many times that they're so dusty and beat up that I wanted to recycle them. So put up white, right? And white up against the copper, boom, bang. I love copper wire. I love it thin, I love it thick, I love it. And I'm gonna use it. And I attached it by taking this armature wire, that's copper armature wire, and just kind of, wrapped the stalks of the foliage around the wooden handle of the rake, and then kind of feathered it out a little bit and attached it in little bits of wire here and there and around. So pretty. It's also nice if you can get the wreath to kind of match whatever tabletop you're doing for the big holiday, because you want to come up with something original, you want to come up with something new and different to greet your guests with. Life is better homemade.
Growing up in the Midwest, I had a mother and a whole lot of neighbors who took their front doors very seriously. Not just the color, shape, and size, but their front door decor. Not a holiday nor special occasion was missed. It was the in-between weeks and months where the true creativity stood out. For a great anytime wreath, start with a straw wreath. To dress it up, get some big and small wooden circles, cookie cutters, copper sheeting, burlap strips, good scissors, and of course your glue gun. Begin by pressing your cookie cutter onto the copper sheeting to create a pattern. Then cut it out. Wrap up parts of the straw wreath in various places with your burlap and secure it with a glue gun. Now, in a few places, attach and layer your wooden circles. Next, glue on your leaves. Then hang it up for all to see which in my family and my hometown means every day celebrated here.
Problem. You go on a beautiful nature walk with your children and you luck out and you find a bird's nest. Oh, you don't want them to touch it, but you don't want to tuck it away either. Solution? Feature it on a wreath. So to begin with, I've just taken some wire and I've wrapped it a couple of times around, just kind of like that to give it a little extra strength. You know what these are, right? This one was looking a little long in the tooth, so I'm kind of recycling it. So I'm just going to take it and wrap it around. And this is baling wire. And I like it because it's nice and hardy. Okay, it might not look like much yet, but give me a second. The next thing I want to do is kind of jazz up that baling wire. And I'm going to kind of work it in and around. I don't want it to go exactly where the wire is. I want it to kind of dangle and swoop and swope. I'm getting there. Now that I've dressed up my wire a little bit, I want to have some fun with this part down here and really create a nice, beautiful home for my bird's nest. I'm just going to take a few of the fall leaves. I mean, what's more beautiful than that? I love fall leaves. I love the reds, I love the browns, I love the greens. You can't screw up. They're so beautiful that they do all the work for you. Now for the nest. I am going to attach it to the bottom corner of my wreath. And just to add a touch of something fun, I've got a few little dried hydrangeas that is going to give it a little bit more color. And there you have it. Problem? Found a gorgeous bird's nest. Solution? Show it off with a beautiful front door wreath. We here at Makers love wreaths all year round, but we have to say that fall wreaths hold a special place in our hearts. The wreaths of the cooler season have heart, soul, and warmth that rings in the spirit of the holidays. The harvest wreath would dress up any front door beautifully. Get a mug of cider and let's get crafty. Cut the strips of fabric in various widths. Roll tightly into rosettes and staple them to fix them into this rosette form. Cut 6 inches of wire approximately and pierce it through the base of the rosette and then attach the 2 ends of the wire around the wreath. Kind of fluff them out and adjust. Now when you're wrapping up the rosettes, you're just going to kind of want to, it's almost like you're loosely winding around and curling around the fabric. Pull it together at the bottom, kind of fluff the flower petals out, adjust it. It's also great to use one of those straight pins to kind of drive through the center of the flower. Not only does that keep it in place better, but it also adds kind of a center to the flower. Repeat these kind of all in a row around the bottom third of the wreath. Make a little bouquet of dried flowers and roll the stems up with tape and insert them at a strategic place for a pop of color. Push the wood flowers, such as cattails and berries, around as you like. There you have it. A harvest wreath full of the beautiful colors of fall. Life is better homemade.